What goes on, guys? We're here back at it again with another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Star Wars The Black Series, The Bad Batch Wrecker. This is a deluxe figure. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know what warrants a a deluxe figure. I mean, he's a little bit bigger. I mean, maybe when I take him out of the package, I didn't take him out yet, so maybe when I take him out of the package, I'll change my mind. But yeah, on the side, you don't really get anything, just Star Wars The Black Series there. On the back, you get Wrecker with a little bio right there if you want to pause and read that. You also get the bottom with really nothing on it, just some labelese and the barcode there. On the side, you get that awesome pose of Wrecker punching his fists together, which I know you cannot do with the figure because Star Wars Black Series doesn't like interchangeable hands, but we'll talk about that in a minute. The top, you get the window slit, little hook to hang the figure on. So yeah, standard new, I guess, style of Star Wars Black Series packaging. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take this guy out. So getting Wrecker out of the packaging, I gotta say, this is awesome. Now I say it's awesome, and I still mean that it's awesome, but I have to say I'm a little disappointed with the price point on this guy. When we get to the comparisons, it'll really show, but I don't know what qualifies for $30 here. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't really think he should have been a deluxe figure, to be honest with you. I think they could have fit him in a regular size box, and I think that they could have priced him regularly. I don't really see the justification of a $30 action figure here, but that aside, I have to say I'm really happy with how this guy turned out. So let's go ahead and take a closer look. So bringing in Wrecker for a closer look, that head sculpt is awesome. Like, I gotta say, I think that looks like Wrecker, and I like the scratches. All those are sculpted, by the way. I think a nice little like white overlay like on the scratch parts would be really cool. I've seen somebody do a custom of it, and it seems really nice. Like, the head sculpt is great. I think it fits the Black Series aesthetic really nice. I really like it. You get these nice squishy shoulder pads on here. Going down to the arms, they're big, they're bulky. You get the diaphragm joint here. It is bulkier than, like, say, Hunter. But, I mean, again, I don't really think this justified $30, but, you know, whatever. You get his backpack. I guess you could count this as an accessory because it does come off him in the package, and it's not on him in the package, but I think there's a lot of paint detail in there, so that looks really nice. We can talk about that more in the accessory section, but I like the belt. You get the red punched in on the side buckles or straps or whatever they are. You get the nice legs. They look really good, and I love that thigh swivel's hidden in the Under Armour. The other shoulder pauldron looks really nice. Going down here, you get the sheath for his giant knife. It's almost like a sword, really. And then going down to the boots, they got some nice texture to them. I really like this like silver dry brush over like the crescents, like the high points of the armor to give like that metal worn effect. I think that's awesome. They all had that, but I think it's especially nice on Wrecker. I think that works really nice. On the back, there's not much paint detail on the back, just kind of black where it needs to be. The red goes around the collar. So yeah, I think it looks great. Like, I really have to say he turned out really nice. And like, when you put him in, like, we'll get to it in a minute, but when you put his helmet on him and you get him in some poses, he looks like he's right out of the show, which is kind of crazy to me, but it's pretty awesome. But speaking of accessories, let's go ahead and take a look at what Wrecker comes with. So, taking a look at Wrecker's accessories, they're all shown here, believe it or not. Starting off with the knife, you get it's really like a little sword, but I love the gunmetal gray paint on it. It looks great. It's nice and long. It fits right into the sheath on his leg, so that's pretty awesome. I just noticed there's like a little bit of blue there, which I don't see anywhere else on the figure. Oh, that's right there, but that's a nice little detail that they really didn't have to do, but I like it. You get the gun. I think it could have been bigger. Same exact shape. I think it's a new sculpt. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But I think it could have been bigger. From what I remember in the show, it was bigger. Like, it kind of, you know, it's more like a rifle type thing. But I could be misremembering the gun. But I think it could be a little bit bigger. But the best, and the pack back, but we already kind of looked at that. The best accessory for me, for sure, is the helmet. It comes off and on. It's really nice. And I think it looks great on the body. Like, it doesn't look too big for him. I think it looks perfect on him, like that tank-like look to him. The paint on there looks great. It looks like the sloppy paint like it's supposed to on Rekka. I like the red up there with like the dripping red. It works good. It doesn't impede movement at all, so I think that works in the cavity that it's in, so I really like that. So yeah, the accessories on this guy are awesome. Again, the deluxe price point, I would have liked to seen him come with the Gonk droid. That would be super awesome. Like, I would love a Gonk droid for Black Series, but what are you going to do? Beggars can't be choosers. But let's go ahead and take a look at Wrecker's articulation. So for Wrecker's articulation, the head is on a ball joint along with the neck, so you get great movement all the way around. You get awesome pivot back and forth. He'll look up pretty far. He'll look down pretty far, given like he has the big collar or whatever. He swivels all the way around and, like I said, rocks all the way. That's pretty good. Shoulders move up past horizontal, so that's nice. Down all the way. They rotate around. Just be mindful of the shoulder pad. So, like, I would move that with it. So hold on to the shoulder pad as you move it. But it should be fine. So that looks great. No bicep swivel. You get your swivel at the single jointed elbow. That moves in just about a little bit more than 90. So that's cool. Swivel and horizontal hinge on his left. And then a vertical hinge on his right. He's got a big old diaphragm joint in here that rocks around really nice, so he'll crunch forward that much, back that much, pivot side to side, swivel really nice. It clicks, but it's good. It won't break, at least not on mine. And then it rotates all the way around. Rekka can do almost the splits, but not really. Down all the way, he'll kick forward that far, which is really good. He'll kick back, and not as much. Thigh swivel, like I said, hidden in the armor plates, so that's really nice. Single jointed swivel knee, may I add, but it's all right for Wrecker. He doesn't really need more. Ankle moves up a little bit, ankle moves down like all the way, Jesus Christ. But and then he does get a pivot on there. So yeah, I think Wrecker's articulation is really nice. I think it's what it needs to be for him. Maybe a little bit more range in the knees, but other than that, I think it works for Wrecker. So we're into the size comparison portion of the video, and this is where I got my biggest beef with the figure. I think he's too small. If you put him next to Hunter and Crosshair, they, with their helmets on, are just as tall as Wrecker. They are all standing at the same, like, forward up. They are almost as tall, if not taller, than Wrecker. Just to be fair, we'll put Wrecker's helmet on, but even still, they are not much shorter than him. Wrecker is a little bit girthier, yes, but I mean, he's not much taller and not that much broader. Like, the other deluxe figures, like the Boba Fett, he was the regular size, but he came with a butt ton of accessories. And Zeb is huge. Like, I put him, I don't have him here, but I put Zeb next to Wrecker, and he has like a whole head and a half on him, like all the way up. So they justified for a deluxe figure. I really don't know what Wrecker does to justify being a deluxe figure. He's not much bigger. They all have removable helmets. In fact, Crosshairs actually has more pieces because he has the movable visor. They all have removable backpacks. They all have guns. And Wrecker has a sword or a knife or whatever you want to call it. And so does Hunter. So he didn't come with any extra accessories. So I'm not really sure where the $30 price point came in. I mean, I get it, but I don't. Like, I know he's more plastic, and I'm not saying that he's necessarily too small. I'm just saying he could have been bigger. Because in the show, he's portrayed as at least having a head on the rest of the Bad Batch members, and he definitely does not here. Because he puts Omega on his shoulders, and if we when we get the Omega figure, I know it was in the pipeline reveals, she'll probably be about this big, and that's too big for Wrecker. So I'm a little disappointed with the size of him. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Maybe it's just me, but I think he's too small. But, I mean, he looks great. So I guess standing together, the Bad Batch will look awesome together. So, as always, you're probably wondering, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of this figure? I gotta say, for the most part, I'm pretty happy with him. Yes, I would have liked him to be bigger, but he doesn't necessarily need to be. I just think for a deluxe price point, he should have been. I really don't see what justifies the deluxe price point overall for him. I know he's 100% new sculpt, but these two don't reuse as many parts as you think they do between each other. And most Star Wars Black Series are original sculpts. So, I don't know. I think he could have been a little bit bigger, but aside from the price point and the size of the figure, I think he's damn perfect. like I said, if he was just a little bit bigger, he'd be perfect. But other than that, I think he's great. I love the accessories that he comes with. His helmet looks fantastic on or off. That head sculpt is phenomenal. I like the articulation on him. Like I said, you get him in some poses and he looks like you just grabbed him off of the screen. Like, it's crazy how accurate he looks like in certain poses. And I like this picture like of him with the helmet like on his head, like he always has it resting. So I think that's awesome. But I'd love to hear what you guys think. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe on this video. I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts about everything that I said and more. If you want to see more pictures, images, and content for this figure and many more, please be sure to follow me on Instagram at ZachToys. But I think that's all I got for today. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.